Welcome for this session. We are having a showcase and Q&A session for Sharebility CBC system. And Rogers Mukalele is my name. I'm going to be quickly showing you what we have worked on. This system currently is in use in over 90 schools, and we are very glad for that. Every term, the schools keep telling us, add this, improve this, and we keep doing that. And so it is cumulative. The first version that we had, version 1.1 last year, currently we are in version 3.0. So I'm going to be sharing my screen here, and I will be showcasing what we are having. Okay, so I hope yeah, you can see my screen. Okay, so yeah, so the software is really a simple one. When you get it, it is a zipped folder. This zipped folder here, you get it. When you get it, we normally give it out at a very affordable rate, because we realized many softwares were on market were too expensive for some schools to afford. So we came up with something which is very simple. My password here is going to be changing with time, but for now it is a very simple password. So I give it to you when you get the software. So what you need to do is you right click on it and then you extract. Okay, you click on extract. You must be having a software called PowerZip or WinRAR to help you to extract. In case you don't have it, you can go to our website, Sharebility Uganda software, Sharebility Uganda, and then you go to resources and click on software downloads. You can be able to find some support softwares. One of them is called PowerZip. So there are many softwares on this page. Microsoft Office itself. If you don't have Microsoft Office, you need first install Office. So you can download it from here and install and even activate it. And then also you will need to find the PowerZip also. PowerZip. I recommend it because it is a free thing. It is not like WinRAR, which sometimes requires activation. It is free, and you can download it also online. So PowerZip is important. The other software you may need is the Picasa. I use it for photos, cropping them and organizing them if you need photos in your report card. So install Office, install PowerZip, get the software that we send you on email and extract. When you extract, you'll get another folder like this, okay? So you'll find in Sharebility CBC Report Software version 3.0. And when you find that, you'll find several sections in here. Okay, so there is this PDF. This PDF here, you see, for us, we have been bent on following the NCDC guidelines because NCDC gave us this layout. So I've been hesitant to make a one-page report card. Some other software vendors have made a one-page report card against NCDC guidelines. And I don't want to be on the wrong side of the authorities. So our software is not one page, but there are some schools which have been insisting on one page. So I'll be showing you what you can do in case you want to do it on your own in that case. But this is the report format of NCDC. It was 7 pages, but the current software that we are going to show you will make all this information which is here will fit on 4 pages. That means 2 sheets of paper if you have to print back to back. Yeah, so some school people say, now we don't have reams of paper, but they can manage to print a chemistry exam of 15 pages, paper 1, 50 objectives. They can print an exam of chemistry, but they don't want to print a report card of 4 pages. And yet NCDC is telling them to stop printing exams, but they are still insisting on printing exams. So that is just an excuse. The paper is there, and you can still manage to print the report card as recommended. So this report card, I know you have already noted it. It has the attendance. It has these other descriptors, the genetic skills. Those things are important. They don't just want marks of 80%. They want what exactly what was the competency and what did the learner do and what is the challenge. And then also we have the projects, sports, co-curricular. You cannot squeeze all these things on one page and be able to make a meaningful report. Then the scale, and then finally there is this page, which is a summary. So in a report card, we have this summary, and we have worked on also, in case you don't have the 80%, how do you summarize this page in that case? So let me go from the theory. Now let me go in. So there is this circular, there is another circular of NCDC, which was talking about the grading scale. Some schools don't know this grading scale, but this grading scale is there, which goes up to G. Okay, so Sharebility software, we are conforming to the new curriculum. Now, let me first show you the report card, how it will come out. So they have what called the report system. This is a report generation tool. I've already entered some dummy data in the system. So if you open it, it is going to ask for you to open using Publisher. It will open using Publisher. Publisher is part of Office, which you installed earlier. So it will ask you, do you want to open the publication and access external data? You say yes. Okay. It will ask you to connect the data source. The first time, but next time it will just be connecting. The first time it will ask you. Now I use the Publisher because Publisher is having more features and more flexible than Microsoft Word, but you can also use Microsoft Word for such a system. Yeah, so you select the other folder which you extracted and you look for the data entry sheet. Already I entered some data there, which we shall go and change later. But you open, you select the sharebility.net sheet, and then you be able to open. So this is how it will open. Now, before I show you how to customize, let me first show you the current software version and what is in there. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So I'm going to I have 5 pages here, but 1 page is to be deleted, depending on whether you did end of year or end of cycle assessment or not. So there are some last 2 pages I've added here, which were not there in the previous version. These 2 pages, you choose one based on what your school has done. In case your school has done only activities of integration as recommended by NCDC, you never did any 8 out of 80 exam, then you are going to have this page is one you remain with. And I've put this yellow thing and say, this is the result summary page. Retain this page if no 80% assessment was administered and you only have activities of integration. But in case you did the out of 80 exam also, then there is another one here, which you are going to do. This one has even the out of 80. So you choose one and you decided to delete the other. So let me be a good school which has not done out of 80 and let me delete this one. But if you've done out of 80, no offense, you can still use the system. It will be able to help you to generate your report card. So I've deleted the other one which has out of 80. I've deleted it. And now I'm having only 4 pages. Okay, now let me first generate the PDF. You see, this time I've started from the last, and I'll show you later how to where the marks are entered. So I'm going to come here up. There is what you call edit recipients list. Is very important to click on that before you run the mail merge, because sometimes it even selects empty rows and it can generate for you report cards even for non-existing students, even for empty rows. So it's good to click on this part which has the so you see I have 2 students in the system. So in case others are selected, I can say I want to select only this student, and then I click on OK. Okay, if I select 2, then it will select 2. Okay, let me run for both. Okay, so yeah, so so I'm going to come now and say merge to printer. finish merge and merge to printer. There is merge to publication. I'm going to merge to publication first. I might print errors, so I need to first see what is the output of my mail merge. So after generating this, now I advise publisher is very difficult when it comes to print settings. So I advise you to save as PDF before printing. Don't print direct from publisher because you will have cut margins and then you start complaining that the Sharebility report cards don't fit on the A4 paper. So save it as PDF first and call them merged reports, okay? Maybe this is senior one. And then you can save it on the desktop so that you can be able to look at it. Yeah, so okay, so this let me hope I removed. I forgot to remove this before merging. Before merging, I was supposed to remove this yellow thing here, the other side before merging. That yellow thing was just a notification, so that yellow thing can be removed before merging. Yeah, now I want to ask to first look at what is the output of this new report version. And that's why I decided to start by showing the output here. So I'm going to have this. Okay, so now I hope I'm not too fast, but we shall have in case you have any questions or any concerns, we shall look at them later. So like I said, the NCDC sample is 7 pages, but I have maximized all the space available. As you realize, the NCDC sample which was provided, there were even empty spaces. So in this one, because people are crying of paper, we have made sure that we maximize usage of available space on the A4 paper. So up here, you can have your header, Sharebility Uganda High School, and then you have your header there. And then you can be able to modify this header the way you want. There is one of the schools which amused me. Let me show you before I proceed. There is a school here which has one of our softwares called Jorain. Okay, what they did is they got someone who knows Photoshop, and the person designed for them a header. Okay, this is a report card for we have a software for primary, for secondary, for what. So they designed for them this header in Photoshop or Illustrator, and they just inserted it up there without fidgeting to design it in a publisher. So you can design your header. Then also the footer. Check how they designed their footer. Very beautiful. They got that guy who knows Photoshop, they got a footer, and they even put some background. So with the Sharebility report software, one of our biggest advantages, it is 100% customizable. You are unlimited. You can come up with your own design, totally different from what we have given you, because you can do your creativity. Go to we have what we call the master page. Okay, go to the master page, put there something. Master page is where you design from. So if your ICT teacher knows publisher, you are going to enjoy the Sharebility report software, because it is going to make you very, very, very flexible. Unlike some systems which have they have an inbuilt design which was coded in PHP and you can't change it. All the people who are using their systems have the same layout, but here you can have your layout. Whether you want to change the report landscape, you can do that, and you rearrange the elements on the page. That is one of our biggest propositions. So we can have the header here up. You can design it in Photoshop the way you want. Then these ones are merge fields. You can drag them anywhere you want them to be. We have our photo here. You can remove it if you don't have photos. We have our table for attendance. You can change the colors the way you want. If you know Microsoft Word, then you can be able to customize this report card. Now, we have these things what we call the topics and competencies, so the parent can know that the topic was this and the learner was supposed to learn this. The learner got a 2, which is moderate, and this was the genetic skill in terms of teamwork, innovation, creativity, then remarks in terms of what the learner has got. So these remarks, we have made them automated because teachers are crying, they don't have time to type comments, but we enable you, if you are able to have time, maybe before you have 40 students or 20 children and you're able to put your custom remark, it allows you to put your own comment instead of the auto-generated ones, which are generic. Okay, so then these ones here, the competencies are picked from the syllabus books, which will also give you, each topic has a competency. So for basing on your scheme of work for this term, you put there, you ask the teachers what they have schemed, and you put there the topics and the competencies which they have schemed this term. And then later they will give you the scores from the activities of integration after the learners have finished the scheme. So you put, this is the general layout. Like I said, we are conforming to the NCDC layout. In 3 pages, we have summarized all the topics and the subjects. And by the way, we have added more subjects in this version. Earlier, we used to put a few subjects, but now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So here there are 16 subjects, but a learner is not supposed to do all those 16. And in case the subject you don't do in your school, you can replace it with another. So there is room, like for example here, for the nutrition, you can choose which one you are doing and you remove the others. If you are doing performing arts, you can actually interchange and even add more rows and the columns. You can even add another subject here down if you want. Now, finally, let me show you the summary sheet. The summary sheet, in case your school is not doing the 80%, your school has only done activities of integration. We have added this part. This part has not been there, and schools have been wanting it. They have asked for it. So we summarize formative assessment. In the earlier version, we only put in this 20%. Depending on how many topics the teachers have covered that term. If teachers have covered 6 topics, okay, we put 6 because we looked at the syllabus. There is no subject which has more than 6 topics in a single term. The subject which has most topics, which has 6 topics in a single term, is biology. But others have one topic, like ICT sometimes has 1 topic. CRE normally has 1 topic. So it is biology which had in one term 6 topics. So 6 is the maximum here, unless if your school has covered the term worker for another term and added and get done more than what was put in the syllabus. So the activities of integration out of 3. Then this score converts. It gets the average of this out of 3 and converts to out of 20, and then that mark comes here. Then these remarks are automatic because so we have the remarks and generic skills. So remember, this is a summary of what is above. So if you look at, for example, English. English is already in the detailed report. We have the competencies clearly stated. These 2.3, the 2.6, the descriptor, the generic skills, the remark, and the teacher. So this mathematics, when it comes to the summary sheet, we summarize almost all that. We put there those same scores, they are here. Then the remark is here, and even the generic skill is in the same area. So NCDC wants a descriptive report, and we don't want to violate that. That's why we have put this. So some people have done systems and you only see these 2.1s. Those ones, they even confuse parents the more because they don't understand. So there must be a description to help explain what the 18 out of 20 means, what the 2.1 means, and then the teacher signs off. So this innovation is connected to what NCDC provided in their sample. They provided a summary page at the end, and we have also given. Now, we have these comments, this part, overall achievement. People have asked this. Out of 3, what is the overall? So we get the overall of all the subjects, and then we get the average, and then we convert out of 3, and then we can know whether the learner is at 2.8 and whether he's in outstanding. So it can be either outstanding, moderate, or basic. Those are the 3 levels. In the new curriculum, according to the guidance. And this is something that people have been asking. People have been asking that we put position, but I've totally refused to put position because NCDC is clearly saying here that under the competence-based learning, we do not rank opposition learners. So whereas in our report system for primary, for Jeren, we have put position. We can put position if we want. There is position here. This is for primary. But for new curriculum, for God's sake, we have refused to put position even when we have asked, because we shall be violating what? The guidelines, and shall be killing the spirit of the curriculum. So this is criterion refreshed assessment. Every learner will look at them on their own. Just like when you go to a driving school, they don't position you that you are going to learn a competence to drive. Full stop. We look at your competence and what you can do. So we look at the learner and their competences. We don't put position, but we can put 3 levels: basic, moderate, and outstanding, so that we can be able to know whether this learner is the basic needs support, more support, outstanding is very great, and whether the moderate is middle. Now, this key, it was not there in the other report card, but I've managed to squeeze it because I've decided to put all the information which is on this 7-page report card, so that it fits on the 4-page report card. So you can see with the description, the keywords, these ones are picked from the NCDC sample. Then we have the co-curricular section. We have the games, we have the clubs, activities, and then projects. According to the guidelines from NCDC, learners are supposed to do 2 projects maximum per term. So we have also made a provision for 2 projects. So the DOS should make a schedule and know which subjects will do a project in which term. So for example, if this term, the chemistry department and the CRE are the ones which gave a project to senior 2 class, then we shall have the chemistry subject. Which project did the learner do? The learner did liquid soap project. What did the learner score? The learner scored 6.8 out of 10 because projects are converted out of 10. Then a comment, the learner did extensive research about the right procedure for making quality liquid soap and shared with the project team, and it was a success. Then also in CRE, the learner did a project on creating a school prayer book, and the learner worked on the project by compiling a prayer book with hymns and prayer guides for use in the school chapel. So that was the CRE project. So you find that we have made a provision for 2 projects. So if your school has not planned and you have given 5 projects, the space may not be enough because you did not follow the NCDC guidelines. This side, you'll see the teachers and their comments. And down here in this new version, we have also added automated comments for class teacher and for a teacher. But we have done this painfully because as much as possible, we would have liked to have these comments manual. So if you don't want, if you are able to put comments really yourself, you can even leave this blank and then you just write this one with a pen and stamp, at least such that the whole report card is not in print, but some ink is there to tell the parent that at least someone looked at my child's report. Yeah, but some schools, I have a school which is having over 300 learners in one class, and they are the ones who asked for this, so that in case they are unable to make a comment for a head teacher is unable to write a comment for all the learners, maybe they have over 2,000 learners, the system can help. But these comments are also customizable inside the system. You can put your own comments and you can also have them customized. So for now, very many new improvements in version 3.0, class teachers' comments, projects, and a lot of things have been added here. This one here is the report card in case you never did out of 80 exams. But in case you did out of 80, some of our schools, they are still stuck in the examination syndrome. Even when NCDC has told them, don't give end of term exams, they have said, for us, we are stuck in the examination syndrome, so we want to give exams. So in case your school is an examination syndrome kind of school, you can still use the Sharebility CBC software to report about what you have achieved in end of term. So let me try to open this report card once again, as then I'll be finalizing by looking at the data input sheet. The other report card for out of 80, and this one is going to be very important even for next term. Remember, in next term, in end of third term, we shall have end of year exams. That one NCDC okayed. So this is going to be used in that way. But if your school has given end of term exams this term, then still you can use this. So I'm going to do this quickly, and I'm going to show you the other page. So when you open the report card software, you realize it has 5 pages, but like I've said, you will delete one of these depending on what your school has done. So in case your school has not done has done out of 80, then you delete this 3rd page. You right click there and you delete this one. You remain with this last one here, okay? And then from there, you customize, put your header, everything the way you want. And then you go to mailings, edit recipients list, okay? And when you go to edit recipients list, you select the learners. I encourage teachers to do that, because some of them, they call me telling me, hey, their computer has hanged, it's not generating, because they never edited and the thing may be selected even empty rows, and it was generating report cards for 2,000 learners, yet they have only 240. So you need to, then you come here and say, merge to new publication, okay? So when you merge to new publication, so this software will never expire. It is Office. All we have done is to program your Office. The one you normally use is what we have programmed. That's all. And once you buy it, unlike other systems where you have to subscribe for the server every term, this one you pay once and you can use that software forever. Maybe in case I release version 4 and you need it, then you buy version 4. I will not give you all the versions in the future for free. If you buy version 3, that's what you have bought. You can use it forever and you can modify it from there. In case we release version 4, then, and you're interested in it, it's like Windows XP. Once it came out, people bought it. When Windows 10 came, it doesn't mean that you have to get Windows 10 for free because you bought Windows XP, okay? So future versions are not automatically given out for free to people who bought older versions. But older versions are forever free. They will never stop working. The license will be free for lifetime for that version you have got. But what we have decided is that we give a discount of 50% to people, to existing clients. So you can get this version 3.0 at 50% if you had bought version 2 last term. Okay, so I'm going to come here and I generate this one. And when I generate this quickly, I advise people to use Publisher 2013 and above, so for a better experience. So my interest is this last page now. Now I've generated using the one of 80%. So in case you gave the out of 80 exam, this is what you are going to see, okay? You are going to see now we are not able to put there the activities of integration in a detailed way. We are only putting the 20%, but the out of the activities of integration are above. Okay, they are above in the detailed section. So on the summary page, we have the 20%, then the 80% which you have given. Then it is going to get you the total out of 100. Your overall percentages, like all the curriculum, the percentage is there as you needed. Then the new grading scale of NCDC, which goes up to D, is here. And it shows A, B, C, shows all these marks, only that there's no student I have given a poor mark, a marker which is less, which is in the range of D. But you have, it runs from A+ up to D. And then in case a learner has missed an assessment, it puts an X, so you enter an X the other side when you're entering scores. These marks, these comments are automated, but you can be able to customize them if you have your good students and you have a few and you have the time, please. And you just need to plan this. You don't need to wait for end of term to start commenting about learners. If learners have finished an activity of integration, start commenting now, so that by the end of the term, we are okay. At the bottom here, we have the overall achievement now. We have the 18%, the total mark out, the average mark out of 83 out of 100. So for those schools which are giving bursaries, they were telling me now, for us to give bursaries, we need something. So you can use this, and in the Excel sheet, you'll see we have a mark sheet. you can be able to arrange learners, sort from highest to lowest, so that you can get to know those ones who got the highest mark there. Then identify out of 3 and then the descriptor. The rest of the things are the way they were in the other one. The co-curricular activities are still there. And so you can see that we have managed to summarize a report card which NCDC provided of 7 pages and people got scared. We have summarized it to fit on only 2 sheets of paper if you are to print back to back. So you don't have an excuse for not printing the CBC report card. Now, some schools have still insisted on printing 1-page report card. And in case you are that kind of school, you can opt to just delete all these pages and remain with only that 1 page, and you still be served. So you can decide to delete all these ones because for you, you have refused to conform to the new curriculum format. So because you are like that, for me, I will not. I will give you the tool, and you can be able to use it the way you want. On your own risk, not on me. So don't tell anyone that it is you use the Sharebility CBC software when you make a 1-page report card. But it's possible. You can delete off the other pages and you remain with your wanted 1 page that you have always wanted. But in that case, you will not be conforming to this statement. NCDC continues to appreciate the schools which have made an effort to implement the new curriculum as prescribed. So you will not be among the schools being appreciated in that case if you make a 1-page report card. You will not be among the schools NCDC is appreciating. But you can still delete all the other pages, remember only this last page. It will have your summary of the formative scores, the out of 8, the grades, and you have your sweet 1 page, the way you are used to in the old curriculum. Now, at this stage, I want to now switch to show you the data entry sheet. But before I go there, let me ask, give a chance to the members to tell me something. What do they note from the improvements that are here in version 3.0, or if they have any questions which they want me exactly to show them, then I'll be going to the data entry sheet. Let me give 1 or 2 members. If you are there, if you're an existing client or the member who has used this system, you're on the call, you want to say comment at this point. Then before I proceed to the data entry sheet, do you have anyone? Do you have anyone who wants to say a reaction immediately? Yes, Mr. Musasis Moses.
Hello, morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Yes. Morning.
How are you?
Yes,
Yeah,
with your comment or question?
This the watermark, because I have seen your badges are behind there. I want to know how to edit it, so that I can insert our.
You, in that case, you go to the master page. You just go to the view menu, and then you go to the master page. This is a feature in Publisher. So you can, on the master page, that's where you can remove this watermark. And let me just show you something. So if I have this, there's this watermark of Sharebility, which is in, or this one which I put, so you remove that, or you can right click on it and then you say change picture, okay? And then you say work offline, and then you go and select another picture. For example, if I go to the desktop and I select another picture like this one, is this one of Kikihi High School, okay? So it will bring this badge, but the badge will come when it is too dark. In our report card, it will be hiding the work. So what you do, you go back to the master page and you right click on this picture, okay? You right click on this picture and change its opacity to 90%. So you right click and say format picture, and then you, where there is transparency, okay, transparency, you increase it to 90%, so that it is going to be faint and in the back end. So it will be faint in the back end, just like that. So you do it on the master page, and then you can change. Thank you very much. Let me hear from your
okay,
your column.
Hello, hello, Roger. Thank you so much for your effort to continue making these reports valid. But my simple question is about the pricing. Primary and secondary, do they go for the same pricing? Thank you.
Yeah, they go for the same pricing. We have Sharebility Report Software for all levels. We have primary, we have senior for horticulture, we have A-level, both arts and sciences, we have the new curriculum, we have even nursery. All of them are at the same giveaway price, so you can be able to use them at the pocket change. So very, very affordable, and cheapest system in the world. So you should be able to beat it.
Rogers?
Another?
Rogers?
Yes.
Yeah, one more question maybe, like for primary, if I get for primary, the package comes like including nursery and maybe the primary section, or
Nursery,
they are dependent?
nursery is separate because it has its own grading scale and different layout of the report card, and even the primary is different. But in primary, you get two in one. There is lower primary, which has those things of literacy 1, and then there is the upper primary, which has SSP science and what. So primary, you'll get 2 in 1, but nursery is alone. Nursery is alone. Yeah, so you'll find in primary, you'll find upper primary, and then you'll find lower primary. Okay, both of them in there. Okay, so members, allow me to proceed. Other questions will come in at the end. Allow me to proceed, and so that we can wrap up this session. I didn't want it to be too long. So now, before you actually go to the publisher file where I started, it is better to first enter your scores, because those marks you were seeing, there are dummy data. So you need to put in your own data in the system. Now, it's always good for you to first close. One, you don't have to open the Excel sheet when the publisher is open, because the publisher will lock the Excel sheet when you connect it with mail merge. So you can close the the publisher entirely, and then you go and open the Excel. That Excel that you have always used, that you already know. This system is not, and that's the other value prop, it is not a unique thing that you have never used, or you are to learn everything. It is already the software that you already know. So it becomes easy for teachers. Teachers will be able to use it out of the box. And for the other teachers who are not ICT department or those or what, they don't need to open the publisher. For them, all they will do is to open the Excel, go where there is chemistry, put in their scores and their comment, and they go away. Okay, so don't burden the other teachers to learn everything about the system. For them, their work is to come, Obalage, you show them where to enter scores, full stop. Someone comes, he's a mathematics teacher, he comes here and he comes and he enters the marks for which he has schemed. If he's a mathematics teacher, he will come here and enter marks. Now, if this mathematics teacher comes here and wants to enter a learner, he cannot allow them. Learners are not entered by subject teachers. Okay, the learners are entered by class teachers, as I'm going to show you. But the subject teacher, for him, he will just come in here and supply marks. For example, let me first remove these ones. So if I see Mokalele Rogers and then I say 4.5, it will refuse. You know, activities of integration are supposed to be out of 3. Okay, so you have to give 2.2 or 2.3. I'll put data validation for security. If you type wrongly, it will not allow. If you type a comma instead of, so you have to put a 1.7, something that is within. So you put marks accordingly to what the learners did. An activity of integration converted out of 3. In case learners have done more than one activity of integration in the single chapter, then the system guides you what to do. It tells you to add the numerators and the denominators of all activities of integration done in the topic, and then multiply the resultant fraction by. This is what NCDC guides us. So you see, when a system is developed by someone who knows the curriculum, the master trainer, he will be able to implement the guidelines as they are. So you make sure that you do things correctly, and they do things well. In case a learner has done, maybe this other second learner has done only, he missed one of the activities of integration. Maybe they chased them for fees and he missed. Now, he missed this second one, then you put X. If you don't put X, it means that you have forgiven that learner. So that is graded on only 2 activities of integration. Maybe it is the school which sent the learners for the Coca-Cola competition to represent the school in Kampala, and the learner missed this activity of integration. So the learner is not, you don't want to penalize the learner to get a missed assessment comment. Then in that case, you leave it blank, and the spreadsheet will only consider these 2. But the disadvantage is that in case, for example, I have these 2 learners. This learner got a 3 and this one got a 3 in the first activity. Then this one went ahead and did the second and the third, but this one never did. The system is going to give this one 20 out of 20 because they are grading this one out of 3, only 1 activity. And the other one who did even more, he also got a 3, and even more is graded low because now this is an average of the 3. So that's why we have made a provision for X in case you don't want unfair grading. But of course, this is criterion-based assessment. We are not supposed to look at one learner as when we are looking at another. Then you can leave, if you think it's okay, you can leave the learners to be graded on only what they have done, if you think it is appropriate in that case. Then this side, we have end of year exams. In case your school has done end of year exams, then this is where you put, or if not, you leave it blank in case they never did. That means these other grades will not appear on the report card. These other things will only reflect on the other second format of the report card. Now, like you have seen, the comments are automatically coming. If I put here a 3, if I put here a 1, for example, if I put for this learner a 1 and I put, you see this mark, this comment is changing automatically. It is changing, achieved a good number of competencies in the topics covered. If I put here also 1, achieved the minimal competence. If I put here 0.5, it will say achieved very few or no competences. So the comment is changing automatically, but that does not stop you. These comments which are coming automatically are for the lazy teachers. For you who is a hardworking teacher, you can do it. You can put there a custom mark. This is a remark, and the system telling you can override with the customized comments because you are a hardworking teacher. You can be able to provide a customized comment as recommended by NCDC. But these automated comments are for the lazy teachers who think their children are too many for them to supply comments. And you can be able to change this by just coming here and say, so this one here is Rogers, and say Rogers needs more assistance, okay, with the drawings, okay. He can do better. He will perform better. Maybe this topic was about drawings. So you see that with a custom comment, you can be in the spirit of the curriculum. You can give a learner a comment. But because we are lazy, we want automated comments. You asked for them, we have put them there for you. This side where there is generic skills, however, we have not put automated comments because there's no way I can tell whether the learner is having teamwork, because the generic skills are not based on the performance in the activities of integration, but they are based on the behavior of the learner in terms of when they are presenting work, when they are in triangulation in the class, the cooperation, the use of innovation, the proficiency, the communication skills, the soft skills. So those are the ones you write here. Those ones we have not, even when some schools were still asking us to automate genetic skills. That was really something that you could not do. So we have done that, and these other comments are there. So the subjects, teachers, all these other subjects, you can go ahead and enter the marks accordingly. So for the subject teacher, for you, your work is to come, enter a mark, put a comment. If you are lazy, the comment will come on its own. Then put a generic skill if you can, and then you'll be good to go. In case a learner has missed, you put an X so that it says, in case you put a Y, it will refuse. There is data validation for security. If in case the teachers will put 10 O instead of 10 0, it will refuse taking a 1 0, a 1 O instead of a 10. Yeah, so that is it. Now, this side, we have the elective subjects. So like I said, there are some subjects which are compulsory. These first ones are up to here. Then these last ones here are elective. Now, if your school is doing agriculture, then you put a mark in agriculture. Otherwise, you can leave it blank. You can leave it blank. If your school is doing art, you put a marker there. In case maybe your school is doing some other subject which I have not included here. Maybe your school is doing the technology and design instead of art, you can actually come and change this sheet and put here technology and design. Then the other side on the report card where there is art, you will put there, you just change there. So you can use this same sheet of art for technology and design. In case there is art and also technology and design, you have this other sheet, which is free for any subject that you can put as an extra. The languages, you can put any either local language, Luganda, Lunyara, Kitara, what, Lugbara, you can put there because no learner does more than one subject, one language. So you can put both marks of Luganda and French on this same sheet. So that's why I put local and foreign. We don't expect a learner to do 2 languages at the same time. Yeah, so, but there is really room for you to do much. Now, finally, we have the summary sheet. Now, the summary sheet is going to help you end of term meetings. End of term meeting, you want to print out mark sheets so that you can discuss. So we have put very many columns, but you can actually remove only those that you need. For example, I'm going to copy. Feel free to copy this sheet, create a new worksheet, a new Excel, paste, okay? After pasting, go ahead and delete those columns that you don't need, okay? Maybe I don't want these first ones, which are having the 80% and the 20%, okay? I can delete these ones, okay? So I can delete these ones which are having 20%, 80%, I don't want them. But in case the school never did the 20%, then you never did 80%, you can delete those of 80%. So you can clear contents or you can delete these all these rows. Then we have the mark and the grade, okay? So also if there are some subjects that you have not done, or you are not doing the other, okay, you're not doing the other, you're not doing this, maybe art, you can also delete those ones, okay? Now, you have this column, the total out of 100% and then the total out of 3. So in case you want to get to know those learners, although we never gave position, you can use the data and then you sort. Then you can put your own rank if you want. You can use the rank function and the position if you want, but you can just sort your learners and you can know who was the best overall so that you can give them a bursary. So you have this mark sheet and then you can print. When you are printing, first go to the page layout and make sure that you scale the thing to 100% so that everything can fit. So you come here where there is width, you make it 1 page so that it can, when you say print, you can be able to print, and you can choose to print landscape or to print portrait. Okay, so these other extra sheets, these other ones, which you can also select and you clear. Okay, so this is just now Excel bit. The system has already printed for you, they generated the marks for you. All you need to do is to get what you need to print for the staff meeting that you are having. Yeah, now, so I'm going to say print, then I say print selection, for example, and then they will print for me only the selection. So that one is something that you can do. Now, there is something that I skipped as I conclude. I said teachers don't enter marks. The marks are entered on the class teacher's sheet. Let me go there as the last thing. You see this, I'm doing things last to first. So when you open the spreadsheet, before other teachers come to enter marks, the class teacher is the one who is going to come on this first sheet, which is called the class teacher. The class teacher is going to put in the name of the student, U0002 And then it's going to come in here. I can see someone who is writing a comment is called the dollar. I think dollar has left. Okay, so I'm seeing Seguia. Okay. So Seguia Simon. Okay. Seguia Simon. So I'm going to have Simon. Simon. Seguia. Okay. So here where there is photos, you can select a photo for Seguia Simon. So you right click and say link. Okay. Link. And then you select link. So for example, I want Seguia. I don't have Seguia's photo. Let me put Kalele's photo. Okay. So you can put the photos already in that folder earlier. Then you put there senior 1, maybe south. The house is blue. Now there is something new here that we have added. We have changed it now because we realize total days are easily known. And then a class teacher can just be taking note of absent days because the learners will attend most of the days, but they will miss some few days. So the moment you put the total days that this term had the 87 days, if you count how many weeks were there, and then you say, okay, the weeks were 10 and each week had 5 days. So that is 50 days. If the weeks were 12, so if you say 60 days, okay, so you put there were 60 days in the term. Those are 12 weeks. Then the learner missed only 5. The learner missed only 4. The learner missed only 7. It is going to automatically give you the days present. So we have made it simple. The last time it was asking a person to enter days present, days what, total days was adding manually, but now you just put in days absent. So it is easier to take a note of the days whenever you come, you just do a quick roll call. You ask who is missing, they tell you, you take a note that today Otieno and Naguya are missing, like that. So roll call doesn't take you 30 minutes. You can do roll call in 5 minutes and you are done. Then games participation, you put a comment about games. Clubs participation, put here a comment about clubs, how the learner was able to so the comment, the detailed comment there, the space is not enough, but you can always use the formula bar here up to type your comment. So chemistry, you put here the title, the subject, the project, and then the score. Then the remark, you put there a description of what the learner did. Then we have provided for 2 projects. Project 2, you put there the subject. Then the remark, you put there the comment of what the learner did. Then the class teacher's comment here is automated also. It is automatic, basing on the total score out of the other side. But if you are a class teacher who has time for your learners, then you can remove this totally and put your own comment, okay? And also the head teacher's comment is automated, but you can remove it totally and put your own comment if you want. But if you also, we have also provided for more customization of comments, whereas they are automatic, you are at liberty to feed in what you want to be the default comments to be automated. So you can come here and change. This is the auto-generated comments. You can put in your own custom comments so that whereas they are automatic, they are from you using the language of the school. Maybe if your school, for example, is a religious school and you want to put in words which are from a religious cultural context, you can change these words. And also down here, we have those for the class teachers automation, and there is the head teachers automation. So this is a new section that has been added in version 3.0, automated comments of the head teacher. Now, down here, we have this thing here. It asks, students did 80% assessment or not? So you come here and say yes or no. If you say no, if they never did out of 80, then you say no, such that the other side, the settings are it scales and does the average out of 20. But if you say yes, then it means it's going to look at all the marks even those out of 80. So you have to change here this is done by the class teacher. But other teachers, this is not your business. Other teachers, you just come and enter marks. So the moment a class teacher enters a student, Seguya Simon, you will automatically appear across the entire spreadsheet, and you'll be able to see Seguya Simon's report card. So basically, that is the data entry sheet. I don't know if there are any questions. This is now the last round of questions so that we can be able to wrap up. We can have a last round of comments or questions, and then we shall be good to go. Someone in the chat talked about another company that the ministry. Now, it is even me Sharebility. If I want, I can go to the ministry. I show them my system. If they see the system is good and conforming to the curriculum, I look for a letter from the permanent secretary, which recommends me to school. It is not bad for that company that is going to schools. They did their software. They went to the ministry. They got a letter after getting. So it is not, but the ministry is not necessarily forcing that everyone should do. It is just recommending that those schools that these people have done a system, you can look at them and you can adopt it, which is okay. They are having their system. It is cloud-based. It has other benefits. I will not tell you that Sharebility is giving all the benefits. The other systems, which are in millions of money, are providing. Maybe others can allow teachers to enter marks on their phones through the browser, using internet even when they are at home. But this one requires teachers to be able to access that computer at school where the data entry sheets have been entered. So in this case, you can decide to distribute this thing on 2 different computers. If at school we have some computers at the staff, maybe 4, you can put one for senior 1 on one computer. Teachers go there, they enter from there. Then for senior 2 there. And those teachers who are not good at entering marks, you can just, those who don't know our ICT, you can just print. You can just print this mark sheet and you give them a hard copy. You can just come do this, Control P, and print these data entry sheets hard copy. And then they just come and enter in using a pen and even their comments using a pen. And then they hand in to a typist who can help. Because some typists are very fast. They can enter these marks of a subject within 5 minutes when they are finished entering. So our teachers who are digital immigrants, who don't know how to click, don't force them onto the computer because they may mess up things. You print for them, give them the hard copies, they fill in, and then you give the digital natives to help them enter them into the computer so that they're okay. So so that is it. So that is the something. So the other systems, no offense, the other systems we are in the same area. We are targeting, we are solving needs for different market segments. So do I need to pay again for the software if I'm already using the system? Biotom, if you already, the software that you are using, if you bought XP, Windows XP, did you have to buy Windows 10 or Windows 11? If you don't want Windows 11, it's fine, remain with your XP. No one will charge you. You don't have to pay for version 3. You can remain with your version 1. It will work forever. You don't have to pay any coin again. But if you want Windows 11, then you will have to pay something for Windows 11 because it has taken time to develop it and it is something new, just the same way other softwares work. The only thing we do is we give you a discount. So that is the comments which are in the comments here. So let me get more few questions and then we close this. Any comments, any final comments? I want to hear from you members as I conclude now. Mr. Sadiq Sebi, I don't know if you have just joined now. Let me enable unmuting. You can unmute now. I can hear you. Just give a small comment and then we proceed. You can unmute. Mugala Swiftleaf, Mr. Dumba, if you have any comments, then we conclude. Engineer Felix. Good morning. Okay. We are concluding within 5 minutes, so please, I hope you have been following. So I have shown, I started with the publisher file. And then after that, I went and showed you the data entry sheet. I've highlighted the new changes, including the automation of comments for class teacher, head teacher, the 2 report formats for schools which have out of 8 and those which don't have, and the automated the ease of entering the attendance, and the 2 projects. We keep improving so that our clients are happy. And so if you have any comments, or any questions, you should be able to ask. And you can see here now, if I go under mailings, I will be able to see Seguia. I'll be able to see Seguia. If I go to here, I can switch to the next, and I can see Seguia Simon. This is just one I've just added now, the other side, which I'll say. Then I also said that these competencies and topics, you get them from here. We provide to you some resource folder. This resources folder has the new curriculum books, clean all curriculum books. So if you open, for example, biology, when teachers must have already finished the skimming, so they should be able to give you which topics they have skimmed for this term and which competences. So you can feed in. But you can go to the detailed syllabus section. So it is the biology which I saw, which had six topics in one term, but all the other subjects we are having few. So you see this term has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the highest in all syllabus books. All other syllabus books, all other subjects, they have fewer. They have less than 6. So that's why on the report card, we made a provision for a maximum of 6. So this is second term. So I will go to second term, senior 1 term 2, which is here. Okay. So when I go to senior 1 term 2, senior 1 term 2. Now you don't do this at the end of the term. Do this now. Customize your report card now. Make the design now, so that at the end of the term, already these competencies and everything is in, and you just, so this is senior. I wanted senior 1 term 2. Okay. Senior term 2 is here. Okay. Let me go with this. So the topic is this, viruses. Okay. So I'll come here and I copy this. Then I go into my report card software. These topics are not entered through Excel. They are put directly on the report card. So I'll come and I go where there is biology. Okay. And then I will say, I will put there topic. So I'll put there the way I did here. So this is already topic and competency. So I don't have to put the word topic again. So you just come here and then you say viruses. Okay. So this one, you can just take you just something like 1 hour to pick the competencies that teachers have skimmed in your school. You never know, some of them are covering work behind, or others work ahead. So you copy this, then you come in here, and then you come where there is here, and then you paste the competency as well. So I'm going to try to put in all for this term so that it becomes easier for you. So for you who are getting this software, I'm going to put in for all subjects already, but you can still edit and put your own in case they are not the same. But I'll put for term 2. I'll put for term 2, and for senior 1, then I can duplicate and make for senior 2 and for senior 3. So you just put in this, and that's all. If this term there are 3 topics, then you only fill 3 fields. These other fields, you can delete them if you want, if you have not used them. And the generic skills and remarks will come automatically. Those ones will come automatically from the other side, from the mailings. So this Seguia never had the marks, but if I go to the first one here, you see the marks are automatically there. So all you have to do is to put in this from the syllabus book. Okay, so thanks. Sadiq says, thanks for the guide. The only challenge now is template for scoring, project work for learners. That is something different. Today we are looking at the report card system. And if you want the software, please, you can call. If you want our software, there are some people are asking for the price and everything. You can just call us here, and you can also go to our website, sharebility.net, and you can even order online on our system. So so you can call 0776 960 after the Zoom call, then we shall be able to, I'll be able to send you the software on email immediately, and then you can start customizing. Before, don't wait for the last week of the term. If you wait for the last week of the term, you are going to be panicking when you never customize your thing early. So call that, and you'll be able to get the software. You will send me your email and your school name, then I will send you the software, and you enjoy. Okay. I think that is
Rogers.
it. Yes, Mr. Dumba.
Rogers.
Yes.
Your Airtel number is not full.
Hey, 0706060707. Yeah. So otherwise, Mr. Dumba, how was the session?
The session was nice. It was nice. I want to see how we can onboard more primary schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for attending. I think, members, let us end here. We want to end here, and I want to appreciate each and everyone for joining in, and I want to wish you a blessed day. May God bless you. May God bless you very much, and have a nice day.